quick video tutorial how to shave for post-process keycaps. For the tools you need, you'll want a Deburr tool or something with a sharp blade and some flush cutters. Which kind doesn't really matter as long as they have a decent edge. Somewhere to place the caps that you're working on, and keycaps. Alright, so it's pretty simple. Basically, here's what a cap, come on, son of a bitch. Hello, please. There we go. Here's what a cap looks like raw. Okay. Raw from after you pull it from the mold. You can see blurrily, but you can see that there's excess material on the corners as well as the edge. Basically, on these four corners, you're going to have sprues. And then on the edges, you're going to have a string of plastic like this. This is called flashing. You want to get rid of all of that, and then you'll have a finished keycap. So, you take your flush cutter, and you snip off the sprues. You want to make sure that you get nice and flush with the bottom of the cap, and then snip. That way you can get a pretty clean cut, like that. There's also another trick I do sometimes, where if the sprue is small enough, I'll just place it to the edge like this. Wow, I don't know why it's so blurry. Sorry about that. Put it to the edge like this, and then you just flick. And then that will clean it up pretty nice. It's like pretty much gone, and that gets it pretty nice and clean. And then you want to proceed to do, oh my god, bro, I hate this camera. I'm so sorry. You want to proceed to do that with every corner. You can feel for the sprue with your thumb and finger. Once that's done, also I recommend getting some sort of face covering. I will provide something like this in each package, but feel free to use whatever, because these things and the flashing, they go everywhere, and you don't want to have that scatter everywhere, but also you don't want to breathe it in accidentally. It's not good for you, so I'll be including the face covering. But when it comes to shaving the edge, you'll want to, come on, bro. Maybe it's because I have a keyboard with letters and it just likes to focus on that. But basically, yeah. Hold on. There are... God damn, this is scuffed. I'm very sorry, everybody. There we go. How about that? Fucking... Okay. So... Okay. Alright. Don't buy a Logitech Brio, man. God damn. Alright. So, basically, you want to start at the as close to the corner as you can. You're going to take your blade or Deburr tool, and then, it's hard to get this on camera, but basically, don't press down too much. You don't need a lot of force. It's like a kitchen knife. You want to let your blade, knife, tool do all the work for you. You're just going to guide it down, like so. You remove as little material as possible, and you get this nice clean edge. It should feel pretty nice and smooth here. These unprocessed edges are very sharp. They look clean, but you can see there's like that line there where it's excess material, versus here, nice and smooth. And you just want to do that for every single edge. You can go as quick or as slow as you'd like. Once you get 10 caps done, you'll get the hang of it. Shake off any edge, excess, and then boom. This is the finished product. Come on. There you go. Nice and clean. Pretty simple. And then it's the same for, holy crap. It's the same for mod keys, except it's just bigger, right? So same principle applies. You want to start shaving, shaving, shaving. Some caps might not even have the sprue. This one didn't. So you're just good to shave. There you go. A space bar is going to be a little different. So there are some. It won't come with sprues. I clip them off pretty much as they get demolded. So you see these little sprue marks here. You want to clean that up. You'll basically only need a deburr tool. I like to start with the side edges as they're the easiest. You don't want to apply too much force or pressure because then you're going to shave too much material and then you're going to get an uneven pull. And that's going to reflect on the finished product. So for the space bar, there's this little center sprue mark. That's where I like to start. Just start pulling down. You should get one, well this one's split, but basically one long swirl of plastic. And then I like to go one notch down from the top, get the rest on that side, flip it around, and then get that last notch like that. Clean it up, make sure that it looks pretty even here, which it does, nice and good. Repeat for the other side. Usually one side is a lot cleaner than the other. It happens. This is a handmade product after all, with handmade molds, so there you go. Boom. Now you have a nice clean bar and a camera that refuses. There we go. That's more or less. I mean, you can refine it as much as you want. For anything that I sell, I pretty much try to get it as neat and perfect as possible, but for demonstration purposes, that's pretty much all you need to know. Alright, any questions, feel free to message me or just in the Discord, pop in, say, hey, how do you do XYZ, and I'll be happy to help you. Take care.